I'm
Let's be
crazy.
talking all cryptic and shit. And I'm like, man, I'm trying to get some Navajo code talkers and shit in here, but like trying to cipher what he's talking about and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Can't
I was
even
like, they're
understand.
testing me.
What up, underground? What up?
Bam.
What up?
All right. Hey, I just want to say, guys, look, I am really spiritual. So if I curse a little bit, I just want to let you know that I am human. That's all.
What I do? What I do?
Fuck that.
Where
I'm
where
sorry.
in the Bible does it say anything about not being able to say fuck?
Thou shalt not swear. It's got to say it's somewhere in there. I don't know. Somewhere in there.
Why?
It said,
That's
"Thou
some
shalt not
fucking
swear."
French etiquette bullshit that started. You know what I mean?
It's just sounds that come out of the mouth.
Right.
What's the difference between fuck and love?
The frequency,
Not just the sounds. You know what I mean?
Right.
vibration,
Well, if
It's
you're
the
talking
tone.
about making love,
the tone.
or fucking, I mean,
Y'all, did y'all hear about that motherfucking
Oh,
Google had two robots talking to each other, and they got to a point where they didn't want humans to know what they were saying, so they made up their own language, and they had to turn the fucking computers off.
oh.
The computers came up with their own language to talk to themselves, so we wouldn't know what the hell they were saying.
Man, fucking Skynet, bro.
I'm telling you.
Hey, I sent Josh a thing. I had one of those ads pop up while I was editing a video, and it's an app for an AI best friend. Like it's the crazy.
No.
Like
It's like
it's
that movie Her.
Yeah,
You ever seen
Oh
that
yeah,
movie?
yeah.
Yeah.
I got yeah.
where he falls in love with his phone and shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Bro.
That's real shit, man. Them Asians already do that shit. Like it's hard for them. Like they got to have seminars for these people in China to talk to females because there's so few females and everybody's so like cubicle oriented and shit that you know what I'm saying. Like
Yeah, I was
ain't
telling
nobody banging over there.
I was telling Nisi, I think it's Thailand. There's like 8 dudes for every one girl. And that's why they have a bunch of
Girly boys.
the
Damn.
yeah.
That's no
them.
good. That's no good.
Because they just don't have enough women to satisfy the men. So now men are turning into women to even it out.
What?
Yeah,
I mean,
man,
if
that's
you look back
wild.
on it seriously, before all this LGBTQ, all this bullshit, like when you thought of trannies, you thought Thailand and you thought Tijuana. You know what I mean? So it was already a kind of a thing.
Okay.
It just wasn't here, if that makes any sense.
Gotcha.
I honestly didn't really know much about it, man. I really didn't. I knew that there was gay people, but I didn't know about the whole tranny. The first time I ever seen one, I was out in California, and I walked up into a Walmart with my little brother and little sister's their dad, and he was returning something, and he was a gangster, man, no bullshit. But he walked up to this counter and started talking, and I wasn't even looking. I look up and I'm like, man, that's one of them motherfucking things that you see on TV, man. And I bumped him a little bit. I was like, dude, and he was like, man, chill, just chill. And you know, so I like shut up because I was like, I don't know if you're supposed to say that. Like I'm in freak out mode. Like, yo, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying?
Did you say you fucked him a little? Did you just stick
So-
the tip in? Is that what you're getting at, or?
Man, I don't play those games, man. You go hang out with Ghetto if you want to talk like that backwards.
Come on, man.
You go hang out with Ghetto if you want to talk
Come
like that.
on, man.
So anyway,
Just a tip.
he did his business. I'm sitting there wide eyed. I'm like staring, but trying not to stare, but staring. You know what I mean? It was like man, I ain't gonna talk shit. I ain't trying to shit on him, whatever. But it was like, whoa, this actually exists. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then here lately, my oldest daughter, she was working at Walmart. This was a couple years back. She was actually working at Walmart. So we went to see her. And I forget if she was about to get off or whatever, but we were walking around the store a little bit, and she was like, let me introduce you to one of my bestest friends that works here. And she walks up on this girl, and I gotta say, she looked about 70% feminine. But I still had that feeling like, oh, wait a minute, man. Is this So I didn't say nothing. It's my daughter. She says it's her friend at work. I'm like, all right, you know how these young motherfucking, what is it, millennials are and shit. But then afterwards, man, we walk outside. I'm smoking a cigarette. I'm like, Corinne, was that what the fuck I thought it was? Yes, Dad. You ain't got to be acting like that about it. I'm like, no, you did that shit on purpose, man. You introduced me to that shit on purpose, girl. You knew I wasn't gonna know how to act. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Awkward as fuck. Like, what's up?
Yeah, but they here, man. They here now. You know what I'm saying? They here. Fuck can you do?
It's crazy.
This,
I know.
Conversation is random as fuck, isn't it?
I know the
Weird.
first time I ever
Underground,
saw
baby.
Little Rock, man, that shit was crazy, man. I was like, damn, that shit, like, because you know, like you say, you see it on TV, but then when you see it in real life, you're like, wow, that's a trip. Motherfuckers really doing this shit, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to believe when you see it in real life. For me, it was. It was like, holy shit.
That's the thing. Like, we live between two highways, like full blown, you know, north south kind of highways, top state line to state line kind of shit. So our gas stations, like, you just see all kinds of random fucking shit, and like, it's the town I'm in is like 236 people, something like that, and I've seen at least 10 in our gas station in the 5 years that we've been here. We got one that works at the Walmart. Like, it's common as fuck. Even, you know what I mean?
Wait, Hush, how many you got? How many?
Hey, there's a lot.
You said 10. Yeah.
We walk in a gas station and it's like full blown stereotype shit every fucking time. It's like some 6'6" fucking dude in high heels and shit. You know what I mean? With fucking wig on and all this other shit. Like, I've never seen a full blown. I don't think. You know what I mean? Had everything switched, but it's always like full blown, like a grown ass man with a beard in drag kind of shit. You know what I mean? You're like, I'm just supposed to act like this is normal in July. You know what I mean?
Man, I'll tell you something that happened to me out in California. We had a crew of people that worked, you know, laying rug, man. We had a crew of people, and it would switch up sometimes. It would be a couple different people each time. This one biker dude, man, tough as a motherfucker. You just knew this dude was thorough. Like, I like this dude. He was cool as a motherfucker. But we were riding down the road in San Francisco, and they had pointed out to me, because I didn't know nothing about none of that. I didn't know San Francisco had whole communities of gay people. Like, the whole road had a flag, every other pole that was a rainbow and shit. But this big ass gangster biker dude, straight up thorough as a motherfucker. He looks over at me, man. We're both in the back seat. He looks over at me. He's like, man, don't fuck with them, man. They pure evil, man. I don't fuck with them motherfuckers. This dude was scared of them people, man. And it really made me think, like, damn, I better watch myself. Because, you know, I'm going to be ignorant with it, right? I ain't never been around a whole community. I got to go lay some rug and everybody here's gay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to be ignorant of shit. I'm going to be cracking jokes. I'm going to be talking shit. I ain't never been around this shit. But that dude was straight up with me. He was like, man, don't do it, man. Because seriously, man, them motherfuckers are evil. And I was like, damn, but this is how the straight people in California view that shit. Like, they scared of them.
Yeah, hell yeah. I got chased by when I was younger. I'm not getting into this story. Hell no.
Come on, man.
Nope. Not doing it.
You, man. Who chased you?
Some muscle-bound ass dude in high heels in Portland, Oregon. It was me and my little, I got like a little half brother, bro, and we was, no, go on. I got you. Yeah, man, bro, that shit was wild. Seriously. So I was in Portland, Oregon, man. Like, my dad lived there with my little half brother and stuff, and we was chilling. We was walking through the city one night. And like, there's a section in Portland, Oregon, where it's just, that's all. Yeah, Sophia gonna take this shit and run. Where it was like nightclubs for them. You know, I love everybody, even them. And there was this one dude. I promise you, he had on like this silver shiny. I remember him. Silver shiny dress with high heels. This motherfucker was muscled up, and you know what I'm saying. So, with a purse, and so we was on the other side of the street. I swear this has really happened. So We was on the other side of the street. It's like 9:00 at night. It's dark, and like I don't know what happened, man. Like that motherfucker said something to us, like whistled or some shit. Bro, I was younger. I was like 20. He was like, shh. He whistled, and we was like, nah, man, we won't get down like that, you mother. You know, he was like, oh, really? This motherfucker chased our ass for like 2 blocks. No, bro. No. This motherfucker was rampaging to the point where we ran into the fucking, it was like Kinko's, the printing shit. We ran into the fucking building. And like the manager was like, we was like, hey, that motherfucker's tripping. And he was just like, he was like hitting the doors and rampaging and shit. We was like, what the fuck? Hey, he would have fucked us up.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, them party gays, man, they get all hyped up on that fucking meth and that cocaine and shit, boy. They steroided out, you know what I mean, for them glamour muscles and shit. Back in the 90s, I used to hang around a group of lesbians. We was buddies. So you know what I mean? I go kick it with them, and we'd go to the. I've been to a gay church. I've been to hell, I can't tell you how many gay bars I've been to. You know what I mean? Just hanging out with lesbians. Like, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? It's the 90s. I'm like, this is the line. Don't cross it. We're cool. You know what I mean?
So, Tribe, something I'm learning, man. The underground is really cool, man, because you learn a lot of shit on the underground, man.
Right? A lot of shit come out in the underground.
I know. I'm just sitting here like, what?
Hey, but that story had a good ending to it, bro. I mean, maybe it wasn't a good ending, but
it wasn't a happy ending?
Nah, hell no.
Sorry.
Hell no.
Sorry, I had to. I'm sorry.
Had to.
Yeah, bro. So look, we're trapped in Kinko's. This motherfucker's rampaging, right? And so like, I called my dad. I was like, Dad, like, it was a little fucked up. Like, we had smoked weed. You know what I'm saying? Me and my little bro. I was like, hey, Dad, man, you got to come get us. Da-da-da. And my dad's like a gangster motherfucker. Like, gangster. Like, he loves to fight. And so I was like, hey, you got to come get us. So he sent his old lady to come pick us up. And then we went home. She picked us up from Kinko's, literally from Kinko's. And then we went back home, right? So we get back home, and my dad, like, I go up to my room and whatever, and my dad's like, hey, so what the fuck happened? Like, what, you know what I'm saying? It was like, hey, man, it was this one dude, da-da-da-da-da. He was like, fuck that. So he grabs the, you know what I'm saying, the thing. He's like, get your ass in the truck, mother. So I'm like, no, man, we good. It's done. It's like, get your ass in the truck.
You was almost part of the hate crime, man. What the hell?
Hey, I know. I'm gonna stop right before we get there. But yeah, so I'm like, oh man, come on. So I get in the truck with him, and this motherfucker is on a mission. We are riding up and down that same street where the shit went down. And he finds this motherfucker. Let me shut up, man. It wasn't nothing to it. You know what I'm saying? The dude was at
man. Statute of limitations.
All right. Nah, but the dude was at like a thing or whatever, a bus stop, tricking or whatever it was. And I'm just watching, man, and like my dad hops out. And this was one of I was like, this is my goddamn dad. This is what I'm made of. And he hops out, seriously, like go on some old, I don't care what the hell happens. This motherfucker hops out. He goes over to you see him have a couple words, and it's like boom, 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 boom. Hops back in the truck. That's how you fucking do it. And then we go back to the house. I was like, this is what I'm made of. Shit. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yeah, you know, that's my story.
That's what's up.
Yeah. That motherfucker was crazy.
Underground.
Just Josh, you're killing me.
Shit, yeah. Man. I'm telling you, man. I know I've told this story before, but I'll say it real quick. I was riding with this dude named Hugo. Mexican cat. He was taking me out, you know, to show me the nightlife that goes on. Like, we wasn't really going to do much, but we ain't had shit to do. It was a Friday night. He's like, look, man, I'm going to pick you up. We're going to go cruise around. I'm going to show you fucking Northern California. Oh. I'm like, all right, that's what's up, man. Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, me and this cat, man, we jumped trains. This dude was cool as a motherfucker, man. Thorough as shit. Anyway, we riding, and I see this motherfucking, like, club. And I see all these booty shorts outside, man. I see nothing but ass. And I'm like, dude, maybe we should stop in that motherfucker. Look over there. He's like, dude, you do not want to go over there. I'm like, why the fuck don't I? Don't you see all that ass? He's like, man, take a closer look, man.
Oh.
Take a closer look. So I'm staring. I'm like, what the fuck's the problem? Man, every single one of them was a dude. Every single one of them was a dude. I was like, you gotta be fucking shitting me, man. And you know my motherfucking animated ass. I'm like, oh hell no, you know what I'm saying? So then, but the fucked up part about it is I don't know this place from Adam. I don't know this place, man. I'm from the East Coast. So we riding around like another hour and shit, you know, seeing everything that's going on. We come back to the same place, but I don't realize it's the same place. I see a bunch of ass again. I'm like, oh shit, homie, look. He's like, man, it's the same damn place. I'm like, oh fuck. You know what I'm saying? It's fucked up, man. San Francisco is one fucked up place, man. That motherfucker ain't nothing but evil. That place is just filled with evil, man.
My sister just went like 2 years ago. She went to San Francisco to marry her wife.
Okay,
She said it was the nastiest place she's ever been in her fucking life.
Man, it's fucking nuts. There's if you go to like Berkeley, where the college is, everybody's heard of Berkeley. It's the college and shit. Man, there's just homeless kids for like miles, and they have like where you can walk the streets because you know it hardly ever fucking rains, man. So like you can walk the streets, and you got like painters out there painting some of the baddest fucking paintings I ever seen in my life and shit. I wish I would have bought some and held on to them, but I mean, you just had all these vendors, different people just doing arts and crafts, selling their shit. But there's like, I mean, thousands of homeless kids, man. And they're like, every single one of them will ask you for 50 cents, $1 and shit like that, man. It's just wild as fuck. You got the gay homeless kids. You got the skinhead homeless kids. You got the black homeless kids. You got the little Mexican clique of homeless kids. Then you got the gangsters that's up on the sidewalks. That's got all the red on. It's just fucking nuts out there, man. Everybody is just wide open out that bitch, man. It don't matter what you are, what you believe in, what you claim to be. That's why California is the way it is, man. Because you are free to be whatever the fuck you want to be out that bitch. You know what I'm saying? It's just the way it is.
That's why y'all are losing Texas, man. Because of Austin. What? Y'all are making it too weird.
Right.
Everybody that ran from that Cali lockdown, they in fucking Austin now. Because hey,
I agree. Yeah, I agree. Hey man, it's crazy out here.
Yeah, and it's spreading, man. It ain't just Texas, even though it's a lot of Texas, but it ain't just Texas. Like these motherfuckers that are fleeing out of New York and California, man, they're going all over the place. And the way that they're spreading the people out coming across from the border and shit, they're shipping them every which way too, man. They're doing some shit. I don't know what the fuck.
Hey, when I was in New York, when I was in like Manhattan, New York City, I saw like one homeless person. I don't know what the hell they're doing with the homeless, but I saw one homeless person. One.
Damn.
I walked blocks and blocks, and I walked for miles. I finally learned how to work like the street lights, like crossing over, waiting for the street light, then cross, and you know what I'm saying? Bro, one person. I don't know what the hell they're doing with the homeless, but I saw one. Everywhere else, you're gonna see them all over the place. Yeah, seriously. One.
They're eating them.
Hey.
when I was
I can't remember. I'll look it up and talk about it sometime. But the wife was just telling me the other day, I guess Missouri passed or is passing some kind of thing statewide to where it's basically illegal to be homeless. You get so many chances and then they just lock you up. One of those kind of deals is what they were talking about. I'm gonna look into it more and see exactly what it is. But that's something that's been floating around here the last couple of days.
No, Frostbite. I saw one, and they were the ones that I saw were definitely homeless. Like they were camped out.
See, Springfield, like they're fucking ridiculous. They're every fucking where. Like,
yeah,
we average one person getting hit by a car. Like it's like 2 a week is what it's coming down to. Yeah, like there's so many fucking homeless people running around. Literally, that's the average. 2 people per week over a year are getting killed by getting just walking into the
Missouri folks can't drive, man. And
hey, Hey,
stupid up
that's some Springfield shit. That ain't Missouri. That's some Springfield shit.
there. Man, y'all can't drive, man.
Springfield's turning into a little St. Louis like real fucking quick.
Everything's changing.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous, man. I don't know. Anybody still living in the cities, man, that's on you. That's all I'm telling you. It's, I mean, the farther out you can get, the better off you are.
Hey, I don't feel so bad in Dallas now that I've been to New York. Like, yeah, I don't feel so bad now. You know what I'm worried about in Dallas?
Y'all be killing presidents and shit in Dallas, man. What's
Nah,
up with
bro.
that? You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Right?
that did happen like right down the street though. I ain't even gonna lie.
Have you gone to visit the Grassy Knoll?
Grassy Knoll.
Where the woman in the red dress was.
Wait, hold on. You know I'm slow. Y'all know I'm slow.
The Grassy Knoll.
You were
was
the
where-
most conspiracy minded motherfucker that I know, and
No, bro.
you ain't up on the JFK shit. And it's
Oh yeah, it's right
literally
down the
there.
street. It's right down the street.
Oh, we were just talking about the Grassy Knoll.
All right then. Yeah, no, it's right down the street. I know where it's at. Seriously.
Man, I would have went and ate a sandwich on that motherfucker just to see what it was like to sit there.
I think I had a slice of pizza. It's not far. Seriously. I was like, really? It was like, yeah, right here. I was like, damn. Okay, that's closer than what I thought.
Don't they have like a red X in the road? I bet.
Some shit. Yeah.
But just imagine that, man. Imagine if that happened today. You know, like how fucked up was America back then to where the fucking president got his head blown off right there on live TV.
Bro, he was doing all kinds of shit though. I'm not making excuses, but he was like either about to like tell us about aliens or he was trying to get us back on the gold standard. It was some weird shit. Something he was doing.
Still, it's the president of the United States, man. The top
Yeah.
dog.
Well, that was the Cuban Missile Crisis, the Bay of Pigs, all that,
Yeah.
you know, space race,
He-
like all kinds
Yeah,
of
he
shit.
wanted to get us off the petrodollar back
Yeah,
into the
bro.
gold standard. And he was pushing for that shit.
The man.
Right.
What she said? Party? I love party.
Hey,
Yeah. It's coming. Hey.
We've seen that shit ramp up over the last, 7 or 8 years or so. You know what I'm saying? It's
I think
more
we're
and more.
heated enough.
Huh?
I think we're heated enough. This country
Yeah.
is on, hot, mad enough.
Oh yeah.
We're about due for one, honestly. I mean, if you look back at it, at least an attempt. You know what I mean? What,
Hey.
Reagan was the last one who was actually like physically shot.
I tell you, yeah. But
Yeah.
I tell you, man, the way Trump be holding these rallies and he's wide open, he don't have no
He-
damn glass in front of he's wide open. You know what I'm saying?
You,
And
you
there's
gotta
people
dig.
that hate that.
Yeah, but you got to dig to find it. He's had like 7 or there was 10 or something. It was like a pretty large number of attempted attacks on him, like people with guns and knives and shit, and trying to
Damn.
getting taken down, and like yeah, they've attempted it multiple times. People have.
Monique, sparkly socks.
So
Is that
it's,
what they
no, again, like there was that
That's
one
what
dude who ran up on stage and tried to stab Trump and shit at the podium and all that shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Eventually, one's gonna get through.
I think so too, man. I think we're gonna see shit. All we've been doing for the past 20 years or 30 years has been breaking the record books. We've had so much shit happen in this country in the past 30 years that tops everything else. I'm sure there's gonna be shit that goes down with all the shit that's going on now with this warring, and as much as people hate each other in the streets, man.
Hey, what about this one, man? All right, so there's some weird shit going on in space. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all saw that it was like a satellite or something they shot out there to explode into the asteroid. Y'all
Oh,
see
on the
that?
meteor? Yeah, they
Yeah.
landed it was a
Armageddon.
Yeah.
deal, and they landed it on the asteroid to see if they can
Yeah.
change it.
They
course
crashed
it
it.
But when,
Yeah.
when we
They
when we
crashed
start
it
doing
into the asteroid.
when we start doing shit like that, man, come on.
First
Seriously.
one ever. Hey,
But we got enough. We got to. You know, and they sent that out 10 months ago.
Did they?
Yeah, but think about that. All the money they swear we ain't got, and we're gonna spend billions of dollars doing some shit like that.
See, that was all privately funded though. I think that was full blown. It was a rocket that they've already used from SpaceX. They just repurposed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like it's all private. That's what I'm saying. Private companies are doing way more than the government can ever fucking imagine. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, obviously, I'm sure through all that shit, they got subsidies and all that shit. So technically, most of that shit is our money. But
yeah,
they're taking everybody's money.
Government.
Well, that's the war machine, is doing it. I mean, it's just it is what it is. I mean, man, that's Armageddon shit. That movie. Remember that movie? Where they went and blew the asteroid up and shit because it was gonna hit the Earth. I mean, maybe this one was gonna hit the Earth, and they just didn't. They was just saying, "Hey, we're gonna test this,"
Right. That's the one. Even if it's a fail, it's like, hey, now we know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In our lifetime, well, mine, because I'm the puppy on the panel. In my lifetime, probably.
Wait, what? You're the who? The puppy.
You know what I mean? Like there will be people living in space, Earth people living in space before we're dead. I guarantee it.
A lot of people don't believe that you can get into outer space. Like,
man,
say that it's you know what I mean? Like you talk to Ghost. Ghost had a hell of an argument saying that you couldn't get into outer space.
Really?
I mean, I'm not saying I believe it myself, but I'm just saying like it.
All right. Hey, so my second channel, right? It's spiritual. It's spiritual. It's the spiritual channel where I talk about the Bible and shit like that, right? So, bro, this is a whole new community that I'm like reaching out to with this spiritual stuff, right? They got flat earthers. I was in a live stream, and I was like, bro, we're on this just rampaging. We're on this planet hurtling through the universe, this round sphere, and one dude was like, it's flat. The planet is flat. We're all flat earthers here. And like I was like, oh, like everybody was like, it's flat. The planet is flat. Get him out. And I was like, wait, what's going on here? They're like, yeah, it's flat. And I'm like, I don't give a damn if it's a sphere or it's flat. They're like, yeah, you can't get into outer space. And it was this whole thing. I was like, I don't care. But they were serious. Planet's flat.
I can't do it. Can't do it.
Flat Earth would be tripping me out, man.
Yeah.
Man. They be tripping me out. And I say the same thing to them when I've gotten into it with them. We bring up the facts that everybody always brings up on each side. And then at the end of it, I'm like, I don't even know why it fucking matters. Why does it matter if it's round or fucking flat? How does that change anything about my daily life?
Yeah.
Like for real, why is it that big of a deal? It's not that big of a deal. It's flat, and now all of a sudden I'm gonna admit that, and now I've got some kind of extra superpower now. I mean, what the fuck does it matter?
Yeah.
Have y'all seen this new shit where they say that all our continents are surrounded by a big ass ice wall?
Yeah.
And that beyond that, there's more continents and more people and shit, but they won't allow us to get to that point. And if you think about it, and if you think about it, I mean, has anybody here ever went to Antarctica and tried to pass over the cold ice or anything? I mean, we've all just been here in America. Like, really, the only thing we know other than what we've known is by books or somebody telling us. So it could all be some bullshit. Just right, I mean, who knows, man?
Kings of the North. The kings of the North. The ice gods. What is that?
Maybe there is. We may be living on top of some motherfuckers too. They did find a place over in China where it's a full fucking forest that got exposed. It was underground.
I saw
that. It's got its own fucking atmosphere type shit.
Oh, did you also see? I can't remember. I want to say it might be around India, Vietnam, somewhere in that range. It's the waters have gone down so far that it uncovered like a 260-year-old statue or some shit like that. You know what I mean? It was like under 30 feet of water.
Yep.
Like, what?
Yeah. There's like we're walking on all kinds of dead folks, man. Like there was. I'm sorry. The world. If y'all, I've met so many people say, "Oh, the world's only 6,000 years old." You're fucking retarded. You know what I mean? Like there has been so many people and civilizations here and buried under shit that we're walking on right now. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
6,000 years is still, even for that argument. 6,000 years is a long fucking time, man.
Right.
For a lot of
Yeah.
civilizations, dude. Jesus,
Yeah.
I mean, just look back at how many generations of people you've seen in your own lifetime. How many
Yeah.
different empires, different you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hey, I got one for you.
Regime changes just in our lifetime. So can you imagine tacking on 6,000 years to that?
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I was talking to Native with this a while back. It was like look back to Cleopatra in Egypt during those times. Lush
Mhm.
forest, crops every fucking where. What is it now? You know what I mean? It's you know what I mean.
Trash.
Shit changes all the time,
Yeah.
constantly.
Hey, they said that.
I want to ask just Josh and Backwoods. Do
I don't know.
y'all believe in dinosaurs?
Come on, bro. What? Of course, there were dinosaurs.
How can you if there was dinosaurs 260 million years ago,
Yeah.
where was Jesus and Christians and all that back then?
Wait.
You-
He
Where-
came
where-
way after that.
Christianity is only 2,000 years old.
Yes, exactly. That's when he came.
But okay, but God's got to be the originator of everything. So please tell me, if there was no humans and there was just these big ass lizards walking the planet, so you go was
I see where you're going. I
God-
see what you're saying.
What, he waited 12 billion years in order to make a human? I mean,
I see what you're saying.
well, there is explanation on that a day is 1,000 years and 1,000 years is a day to God, because
That's a good one.
he doesn't really he doesn't see time the way we do. You know what I'm saying? A blink of an eye can be 1,000 years to God.
okay,
So
that's what it says though. But we're talking about 260 million years.
But
That's a couple
okay,
blinks.
okay. So the only thing that we know is scientifically at this time, that is the time frame. There are experiments out there that does dispute all the carbon dating, and what they did was they took a chicken and they buried it, and it was in some extreme environment, like the place kept flooding and stuff, and it was an extreme environment. This was 3 or 4 years, and they dug the chicken back up, and the chicken showed to be like a couple of 1,000 years old on their carbon dating. So the carbon dating is not nothing is exact science right now.
Yeah.
Okay, nothing is, because how throughout time all the science has changed. So we can't take it to a scientific level and decide that it's this one way right now. That's the only thing it can be right now, because we're going to learn more as time goes on. But God, so we can't prove that it's 260 million years.
So apply what you just said to religion then.
But I'm saying, if you're going to believe in a God, you have to believe that what God says and believe God's word. And they are finding more and more evidence all the time. There are many, 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 many scientists that were atheists that became Christian and moved to Christianity because they said they could not disprove anything in the Bible scientifically. Everything kept pointing to truth.
But the Bible, hasn't the Bible been changed many times?
Well, see, but see, if you believe so this is a deeper subject of just reading words. See, it's a personal relationship that you have with them words and with your God. It's that personal relationship, that down deep believing that the words you are reading are truth of what he wants you to see. Because I can give you a verse and give just Josh a verse, and ask for written answers and read them out, and I promise you they will be two different answers because it is meant for each person to have a personal relationship.
Facts.
So you have to understand that part of I don't push religion, and in fact the teachings in the Bible that Jesus came to fight against religion. He everything got too lawful, too, he said, is it not even profitable for you to go out on the Sabbath to help get your brother's donkey out of a ditch? Because a donkey was like a truck, like you went to work with, so it goes more deep, you know what I'm saying, into a belief system that let no man, the Bible says, change my word to add to it or take away from my word.
So I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Oh,
So
come on.
That's what I'm doing.
if the carbon dating is not reliable science,
Right.
because there's no way to prove or disprove it, how is monotheism any different if history tells us that the majority of people had multiple gods? So the single God element is fairly new to mankind. So who's to say that that's not a reliable source and that all the others are actually true?
Hey, can I ask one question?
If you look at the history of how it happened, Crusades, you know what I mean? I mean, they did some evil shit to secure their spot
they did.
as the number one. I'm just saying.
Can I ask one question? Hutch, backwoods. How in the hell do y'all not have on headphones? How are you hearing this and you don't have on headphones and hearing this shit through the speakers? How is that possible?
Because we live in America, baby.
Oh, my
We
God.
don't have restrictions to
I
block our ears.
I don't wanna
You know what
wear
I mean?
these.
We're free out here. We're free out here, bro.
Josh,
All right.
go buy you a camera with a microphone on it.
Yeah. I
My
got
camera
one.
is just a little Logi deal. It's got a little camera with a microphone. I plug
Yeah.
it straight into my computer,
That's what I got.
and I've got a set of speakers, external speakers that's plugged in.
So
And
how
that's
you don't get an echo? Bro,
Because you've got to go in there and take the echo.
Yeah, it's got an echo
off.
cancellation, but
Yeah, it's an echo
the
cancellation.
sorcery is this? I've seen
No,
that
this-
echo cancellation. It doesn't.
Bro, I'm gonna need you to come out the 80s, man, and
Right.
get with the times, bro.
All right,
Just
I'm gonna
saying.
try it tomorrow. I'm gonna try this shit tomorrow. Yeah, this you don't have to wear these.
But I think
can you just not hear it?
I can't hear nothing.
You can't hear nothing. Is your volume turned up on your computer? Are those wireless? Or
Take
is it
the
still plugged in?
unplug the headphones, bro.
Yeah, are they
Unplug
plugged
the
in?
headphones.
It's gonna echo. It's gonna go crazy. All right, you asked
Because
for it.
you got to.
What's up? Speak. Are you talking?
Oh no, it don't.
See, you're good.
Never mind, it don't work like that. Let me plug back in my headphones so I can hear you guys.
You got to turn the volume up on your computer, dude.
I don't know why I'm messing with y'all tonight.
Man,
Hold on,
Josh, you crazy, man.
I hear you
Come
now.
Man, you crazy, man. Come on.
Thank you, Miss Sharon. Hey, look. So look, the planet, when the planet was created, God's he can do all things, bro. He can have dinosaurs on the planet if he wants it.
What they
Know
say
what I'm
there have been. I'm a little medicated right now. It's either 3 or 7 extinction level events already on Earth. That you know what I mean. That I assume they can be proven.
Yes.
So if you look at it that way, we're kind of due for another one pretty soon. Like we're in the timeline. Even if you look at from the Ice Age to the not the Ice Age, you know what I mean? Like tropical, everybody's happy shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They
It's
say
all,
we're
it's
in
all
one.
patterns.
They say we're in one.
Yeah, we're like at the end of the cycle. Remember that iceberg Obama was bitching about up in Greenland or some shit? It was like, oh look, it's
Fall
almost
off.
gone. What are we
Yeah.
gonna do? Like that was the literal end of the last ice cycle 12,000 years ago. That's the theory anyway. So
But they say we're in a mass extinction event right now, though. They say that
Climate?
we're in it right now. mass extinction event because there's so many different things that are going extinct. This shit, like there's more shit going extinct now than even the mass extinction events that have happened in the past.
But see, wouldn't that be the start of something? Because they said the difference between the ice age and when everybody was loving it was literally 18 degrees is all it fucking took to kick off the ice age. You know what I mean? So they went from, they had, I can't remember what the timeline was. I want to say 800 years, something like that, to where it was perfect. The weather was beautiful. You could grow anything you wanted, you know, all this stuff. And then that 18-degree shift over however many, a couple hundred years, it is what kicked off the ice age. Because if you think about it, it really doesn't take that much, especially with the oceans already being as cold as they are.
They say it takes 1 degree to go from freezing to not freezing. You know
Really?
Yeah, I guess so.
Remember, that's what everybody was bitching about was, oh, we got to spend all these trillions of dollars just to hopefully get it, save us 1 degree. That's why it was only 1 degree, because it literally does make that much of a difference. 1 degree. The way they were going about it is bullshit. I don't think we can do anything about it. It's just a natural fucking cycle. It's stupid to fight it. It's wasted energy and resources. People made it through the last ice age. Will make it through the next one.
What blows my mind is that people actually listen to these people like they know what the fuck. We've only been keeping track on paper, like really taking, you know, whatever the fuck it is. Like we've only been keeping track of the weather and shit like that on paper to where we can look back and say, okay, this is getting. We don't know how it was 400 years ago over in this country. We weren't here yet.
Yeah,
the Indians probably got folk stories of the worst winds that ever hit the fucking East Coast and down Florida and shit like that. But I mean, it could have been way worse 300, 400 years ago, 1,000 years ago. Like the Earth goes through cycles, and we only live to be fucking 70. Like how the fuck?
Hey, let me say this.
Maybe 1,000 years from now, if we keep keeping records, we'll be able to tell. You know, we'll be able to tell.
Yeah.
You know what I noticed? Real quick. I'm sorry, Josh. Real quick. I want to tell y'all something. When I do the clips joints, I realize something. Me, backwoods, native, we stutter like a motherfucker. We 2-time and 3-time shit all the time when we go to say something. We're like, we went to the store. But Hutch and Just Josh don't.
Shit, I stutter.
I don't ever have to cut. I don't have to cut y'all's little, like when I'm doing us, I gotta cut those 3 extra its out, and I can just use the last it for the fucking clip and shit. Like it sounds way better after I clip it up. But with Hutch, never. Just Josh, I can't remember taking something out of yours neither, man. I really can't. It's just weird.
My stutter is, you know what I'm saying? That's my stutter.
I just want you to know right now. I just want you to know. I just want you to know, man. Fuck Hutch and Just Josh. I ain't stuttering on that one.
Yeah.
That's why y'all are top chat people. We ain't got time for y'all.
Right.
Yeah, man. What's up with the aliens, bro? What's up with the aliens, man? Oh, more, all that shit.
They're demons.
I would hang out with and smoke with an alien. I hope they land. I really do. I'm pro alien. Let's do it.
Bro,
I don't care what
the alien.
Fucking
I've been telling you that's where the Antichrist comes from.
I want to ask Just Josh that though. I want to ask: do you think aliens are demons, Just Josh?
Man, I think they got some good ones and they got some super bad ones. The bad ones are.
But do you think it's a biblical thing? Do you think that it's?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You don't think it's living beings on another planet, or do you think it's living beings on another planet?
Different dimension. Some.
So all these other galaxies and all these other planets. Do you believe in that there is all these other planets? So, so you're telling me there's no life on none of them? You don't think?
No, I believe there's life. Look, you know what the good book says? It talks about what was created. It doesn't talk about what was not, what we aren't supposed to know about. It says the heaven and the earth. In Genesis, there's a verse where it talks about what was created, but it doesn't say what was not created. You see what I'm saying?
Did you hear about the Pope coming out and saying that there is no hell?
Oh, no, I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
The Pope
Yeah, and that's the whole thing. Good will be evil, and evil will be good,
Yeah.
and you will see many false prophets. And you'll see many false prophets, and the alien thing, man. I'm telling you, just Josh, I really believe that the aliens are demons, and they're going. That's where the Antichrist is going to come from. It's after
Yeah.
this, because Putin keeps saying this is a biblical war.
Yeah.
Multiple people are saying this is biblical. What's going on? They keep talking about biblical, and this may be, a lead into the Armageddon we all that we prep
Yeah.
for, and things like that, and
Hmm.
that we know of as the Bible. And I don't know. I just believe that the aliens, are going to come
Yeah.
in after all that's going on, and they're going to
Yeah.
introduce the Antichrist with world peace.
Yeah. The good book. So
So
what did what did it for me was the good book, right? And in the good book, like, bro, you don't understand. When I was growing up, Southern Baptist, my grandmother had me and my little sister and my cousin when we were young in the Bible, like every day of the week. And so we started reading about the Nephilims. And she
Yeah.
was like, just casually just reading the Bible. Like, and they came down and they had sex with men and women. They took wives and they had children of renown. I was like, wait a minute. You mean to tell me that somebody from someplace else other than this planet came down and had wives and had sex with people? She's like, yes. I was like, wait a minute. So you talking about aliens? She's like, no. I was like, well, what are we talking about? And that shit changed everything for me. The fact that it said something or something came from someplace else. Wait, what are we doing?
I know. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm going back to see what the hell Random said and what Sophia talking about. I know it gets a little wild in the chat in the underground. You know what I'm saying?
Man, Sophia and Random, man, them jokers they be talking shit all the time, man. Forget them jokers, man. Kick them out the chat, man. They disrupting the chat and shit over here.
Yeah. So that's why I'm such an alien freak. Look, I even got like alien tattooed on my forearm. Alien. But something from someplace else came down, bro. It's in the Bible. If you believe the Bible, you have to believe in aliens. That's no joke. Liptards.
I don't see how you can this
Damn
is not a
liberals.
dig. Just my understanding. I don't see how you can believe in immaculate conception but not believe in aliens.
Yes, it goes together. This is a good conversation. She didn't have sex. She was visited by something. Yeah. Seriously. And she had.
And this story goes all the way back to Zeus and Hercules. Like this,
It was
you know what I'm saying? It's not a new concept. It's just like what they say. The saying is literally every movie is a Western. Name one movie that's not a Western, whether it's a love story or not. It all comes from the exact same origins of a Western, and that's the same thing with, like I said, this Greek mythology. Romans had the Norse gods. The Celts had a version of immaculate conception. You know what I mean? Like this. It's a story that's been around forever.
There's a gen.
What if they just found mushrooms, and there was a good ass writer?
That's what I'm talking about. Let's get this conversation going.
You know what I'm saying? What if some dude was writing, hungry as shit, found some mushrooms, didn't have no food. He started popping them bitches and then was like, holy shit, there's a God. A matter of fact, there's 50 gods. And all this shit and all that shit. And he was just high as shit on some mushrooms.
Hey, why you bullshitting? DMT. Hey, Hutch, have you done DMT?
No, I'm scared of I don't want to do the rocket ship, man.
I want to see the mechanical elves.
Shrooms will get you there.
No, bro. No.
Hey, that's too fast. If you look at DMT is like a 15-minute shuttle ride. Mushrooms are like a 4-hour roller coaster. You know what I mean?
Unless you have bad vibes.
That DMT freaks me out. That shit, that's too fast.
Come on, Hutch. Hey, Hutch. Hey, let's do it together, bro.
No.
Man, y'all two motherfuckers gonna blow up and shit. Y'all gonna do that, man? Y'all just blow up.
Tribe, have you not heard about DMT?
Yeah, I've heard about it, but I just want to throw something out there, man. Like Niecy is very religious, man. Like she's a true believer.
Really?
Yeah, man. Every time I walk in the motherfucking bedroom, she sees a god.
Oh my god, he was waiting for that. He was waiting for that one. Get out of here with that shit.
What the fuck?
Niecy, where you at?
Yeah, I got time for this shit.
What the fuck?
Yeah, for real, Hutch.
Hey,
What the fuck?
you set it up. I will do DMT as long as if you're riding with me. I'm fucking with you. Let's do it.
Nah, bro, I'll bitch out. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'll bitch out.
What the hell?
Oh, that's
I'll bitch out.
What kind of shit?
It sounded good
Man,
at first. It sounded good at first. Hey, look, these motherfuckers say they take DMT, right? And legit, they all have the same trip. How is that possible? Mechanical elves come and get them from a different dimension.
You
But
know the stoned ape theory?
No,
That the caveman, when he was still, you know what I mean, like pretty much new,
Okay.
trying to figure shit out, came across the mushroom somehow. That part's, you know, it's whatever. But they discovered the mushrooms, and they noticed that in small doses, you can see better, you can hear better, you got better reflexes. So if you're out here running around 6 foot tall, fucking like you seen that movie 10,000 BC?
Yeah.
If you're running around and you got fucking saber-tooth tigers and whatnot, just running through bushes and shit, that gives you that, you know what I mean?
right.
Gives you that edge so you can notice things better. And then
No.
eventually civilizations grew out of the things that they seen. That's how you get the sacred geometry and all that other shit. You know what I mean? The pyramid designs, the mech elves, all that came from expansion.
That's plausible.
You know what I mean?
Seriously, that is. Yeah.
If
that,
you've ever
Are
took
you trying to
mushrooms,
say that
you
Nope.
see,
uh-uh.
you have ideas that you could never even fathom. Like if you take mushrooms, like it literally opens your fucking mind up to shit that you could never imagine. You're like, oh, that. Imagine doing
Really?
that doing that as a community.
Yeah.
And then everybody's building up because they all see the same
Right.
thing. You know what I mean?
concept?
Hey,
That's what we
crazy.
did for me.
That's deep.
That's
That is
yeah.
real deep, man.
The mechanical elves.
And you know, there is a lot of experimentation that has went on with people and brain function and stuff. You know, we know many of them. I don't know how ones I can mention and not, you know, because it's yeah.
Fact.
But anyway, I mean, just all bullshit aside, we've seen a lot of that, and you know, they even going after the God gene. You know,
Oh, yeah?
there's people out here. There's military scientists actually that are looking how to destroy the God gene that's in your brain that makes you religious, that makes you have that ideological thinking
Mhm.
of a God, you know, and they're looking to try to figure out how to manipulate that.
CERN's
That's
evil. as-
that you know, to me that gives me pause for, you know, when people question if God is real or not, or you know, is it really 260 million years, where was God in between that time, you know, it may not have been what seems 260 million years to him, you know, and maybe he created the earth and watched the earth do the things that it did, and just to see what, you know, like it was an experiment to him. It's
Absolutely.
like, you know, and then he was like, finally one day after the dinosaurs, you know, there was a mass extinction event, and he at that point said, you know what, I'm gonna make a man in my
Mhm.
graven image.
Can I
And-
get you in
and
trouble?
Huh?
Can I get you in trouble?
Yeah.
All right. By religious, by not religious. Let me say it. Don't take. Look, I'm ignorant when it comes to
No,
these things. So when I say
well,
religious, you don't have to be like, well,
got
I
your
don't
back.
believe in religion. We, you know, religion. We're all against religion and shit like that. Just when it comes to religion, how do you feel about woman and man? Where are their places in life when it comes to woman and man if you went by the Bible and what you believe?
Give us a way.
Okay. So in the Bible, and I'm just hear me out. In the Bible, it speaks on man being head of the household, right? And a lot of people like to bring that up, but they forget to read the very next verse. See, the very next verse explains to you that, and for the husbands, honor your wives as God, as God, as Christ loved the church. And if you look into what Christ did, Christ came in to protect the church. He came in to love the church, to show love to the church, not religion, to God's word. So he is teaching you to that you love your wife that way, you that you that so much so that Christ on this earth died for the church, right? Died for the people, and not religion. He died for the church. He died for what the church is your body. It's your temple. He died for that, for our sins. Okay, so that means that in that verse, as a a godly God-fearing man, them two verses right there show you how to treat your wife. The roles in a woman is a natural nurturer. Men are naturally protected. So we should not discredit that. We should not, because each person plays a role, but we have to be together as one, or else we you know what I'm saying, we don't succeed.
Yes.
So we have to stand firm on that foundation, that rock, and in that belief that we are partners. Women, Bible wise, women are made from a man's rib. Okay, a woman is not made from a piece of his head to top him. A woman is not made from a piece from a man's foot, because she is not meant to be trampled on. A woman was made from the rib to be up under your arm for that protection, to be by your side and be equal to you. That's what the Bible really teaches. You know what I'm saying? All this other BS needs to go down out the door. We are equal, but each plays a role. You know, Tom Brady would not be a good quarterback if he didn't have an offensive line. The offensive line are not the fucking quarterbacks, and Tom Brady ain't worth a shit at the offensive line. You see what I'm saying? But it takes
Oh, you
both.
ain't got to tell me. You ain't got to tell me, because my life, and no bullshit. I feel you, Backwoods, because my life completely fucking changed. And I had a friend, man, a buddy of mine. He owns a carpet company, man. And he told me before it ever happened. He said, "Man, one day you're gonna," because I was a wild motherfucker. And he said, "Man, one day you're gonna find that right woman, man, and it's gonna change your fucking life." He's like, "You just don't know, man. I've already been through it. I've already seen my brothers go through it, and I can see it in you, man, because you got a good heart." He said, "You're going to find," and damn sure enough, if that motherfucker wasn't spot on, because I tell you what, before I got married, but after my life has been 100 degree, 360 degree flip, 180, whatever the fuck you say.
Yep.
I'm a completely different motherfucker. I still got shit in me, but I can control myself better. I carry myself different. Everything about me has changed. It's wild, man. It's fucking wild as shit. And I've been with plenty of women, but I was never with Niecy. You know what I'm saying? I was never with my wife, man. I didn't change until she came along. It's weird, man, how one person can do that to a motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean,
and she did it, just real quick. She did it by being one of the nicest people I had ever met in my life, and it never changed. She still to this day, 15 years later, is one of the sweetest persons I could ever be around, whether I'm in the worst of moods or the best of moods. It's fucking crazy, man. I don't know how she fucking deals with me. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
she does it with sweetness. It's fucking crazy, man.
But I mean, does that answer the question that you asked? About being in a religious way, or believing in God.
Yeah, because you hear ignorant motherfuckers say some shit, and then you hear them like you hear some of these motherfucking Bible dudes, man. They be talking like the woman is just pretty much a slave to their husband. You know what I mean? And then you hear other shit. But I just wanted to see what you thought about. You agree with him, just Josh? You agree with everything that
Yep. Yes. What are we talking about?
I don't ask Hutch just because he don't play the Bible shit too much. He's kind of
What we talking about? What we talking about?
I know they do. It ain't like I'm trying to leave you out, Hutch. It's just them two are like super.
Nah, hell no. No, I'm not neither. I believe in aliens. What's the question?
When it came to the Bible and religion and shit.
Yeah.
What is a woman's place? What is a man's place?
Well, a woman is a natural nurturer, man. I mean, it's naturally designed into women to do that. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot that.
Wait, was that for Backwoods or for me?
Both of y'all.
Okay. You got it, Backwoods.
But he already answered it.
Aliens, Josh, focus, false right. Stop it.
You want to add anything to it? Because I mean, Backwoods.
Bro, I'm Mr. Spiritual.
Broke that shit down.
Yeah, no, seriously. Look, I'm Mr. Spiritual, and on the physical level, yes. You've got the man. Like I said, you can't. There's nothing you can do about the simple fact that the man is the protector and the woman is the nurturer. There's nothing you can't juggle that. You can't switch it around. Physically, that's just the way it is. But spiritually, like we're all spirits. You know what I'm saying? We're all here. And once you get here, depending upon what you are, male or female, that's it. Then you need to play those roles accordingly to the best of your ability. You know what I'm saying? What we have now is people who are saying, no, because the word is gone, the foundation is gone. You got people now who are saying, nah, I don't want to do that. I want to do what he's doing, or I want to do what she's doing. And the shit's all crazy. But Backwoods is absolutely right. Yeah.
All right. Y'all want to go there, man? Y'all really want to go there on some deep shit? Some deep shit now. Can't nobody get mad and get all fucked up. Like, I'm gonna ask a question.
Go for it.
When it comes to coming of age, because they say Jesus had like what a 13-year-old girlfriend and shit, like, and then okay, wait a minute, hear me out.
I like it.
And then you think about a female. A female can go through puberty and end up having a kid at 12 years old. Now, if we wasn't in this society times and we was back even back in the 50s and shit, it was kind of normal for a 20-some-year-old to get a 15-year-old wife. And I mean, look at the Jerry Lewis dude that played the piano. He married his 13-year-old cousin or whatever. I mean, what do y'all feel about that as far as the Bible goes? Not the rules in society, because I kind of like the rules in society. I just think that you got to look at it two different times. What was the life expectancy of people back in those days? You know what I mean? In the 50s?
No, I mean, like you were talking about, like back in the Jesus days. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at it like that.
And even King Tut was fucking king at 9 years old. I mean, did they even look at age back then? And their average lifespan was what, 30 years or something? Yeah, I feel you on that. But like in the 50s, 20s, it was kind of almost normal for a 23, 25-year-old man to scoop up on a 15-year-old girl, make him his wife, and boom. It wasn't that far-fetched. You know what I'm saying?
So So to put it in a biblical term, Jesus in the Bible was perfect. He had no sex. He had no temptations. He he lived a perfect life.
But he had 40
So
days in the desert where he doubted.
right, he did where he doubted, but he went into the desert to do that. You see what I'm saying? And so he went away from society to do that, to have his doubts, to talk to God, to question God, because that's what man does. We question, and it's a teaching thing. But you know, it really comes down to Jesus was perfect. So if there was a 13-year-old that people try to say and use it in a sexual term, then they really don't know anything about Jesus Christ, because he was a perfect man. He did not have them temptations. There was he did go in because of doubts when he went to talk to God, but he went away from people, and it wasn't temptations. He didn't act on his doubts. He went and asked God about it, and that's a learning that we're supposed to do. But um, now when it comes to the 50s, there is nothing in the Bible that says you shall stay as dumb as you were the day I made you. No, you're supposed to learn. That's what you're supposed to do, and you're supposed to learn different things. Jesus Christ came to fight against religion. The marrying of young things was it was a tradition. It was a religion. Because all of it, if you look, when any of these people got married, and stuff, it's a religion. You know what I'm saying? It's a celebration. They practice all this certain stuff, so it becomes a religion. So I think that Jesus came to fight against the religion. So that's why I am not a religious person. I don't go to church. I don't like religion. The Bible is sold everywhere you look. Hell, you can go stay in a hotel and look at a free Bible. You know what I'm saying? So it's up to you to read
Well, let me ask it like this then. Let me ask it like this: who's right? The state that allows 16-year-olds to marry whenever, the state that allow, because I think there's a couple states where you could actually be 15. Now, hear me out though, because I ain't done. Or the countries that allow motherfucking men to marry fucking 8-year-olds. I know there's some fucking countries over there where they'll like marry 8-year-olds and shit. Like, and then there's some states where you got to be 18. Some of them you got to be. I think Maryland is actually 17. You know what I'm saying? Like, who with all the different things, who's right?
Well, I think you have to look at it from a morality standpoint, man, because you can't go into it and just automatically think this is okay and this is okay. What's the morality of it? Is it morally good or not? How can it be morally good for a grown man to marry an 8-year-old kid? You know
Right.
what I'm saying? There's the moral issue is the real issue. It's not, you know, fuck the religion, fuck the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole point, is that when morality is left to the side,
Yeah.
religion just becomes the ideological belief systems. There's nothing in the Bible that tells you that it's okay to marry someone that is not of age. You know what I'm saying? That is not of maturity, basically. But at the same time, I don't believe that any of that is morally right. And what I mean by that is that when you take a grown man that marries a
But
child,
I think I
it's not.
think we understand moral. We're not stupid here. Backwoods.
Well,
We
I
know
know,
what's up with moral.
but I'm going into it as when that happens, man, it's a bad deal, man. People need to be mature. I really think there should be,
So
a 22, 23-year-old limit before you can get married. Period.
when was the, like, if you look back in history, almost everything seems like, for the most part, the majority was arranged type marriages. So when did love actually come into effect into marriage? You know what I mean? Does that make any sense?
Ah.
Hey man, I got this weird view of religion and God and all this stuff. And seriously, like that other channel I made is kind of like where I talk more about it, right? But I'm gonna be honest with you. This is I don't think that God really cares about a lot of the things that we care about as human beings, as people, right? A lot of things he doesn't care about, because a lot of the things that happen in this lifetime aren't logical. It's not logical. Why are there millions of dying babies in Africa who just can't get clean drinking water and food to eat? Why are they starving? And why do you have some kids that just are born in just, wealth? They have the best of the best. It doesn't make sense. So for me, there are a lot of things that we put importance on that God doesn't. Like, one thing is dying. I really don't think that he cares as much as we do about dying. So when people say, why would you let this people die? Why would you let this person have cancer? Why would you? It doesn't work like that. That's what we want, not what he wants. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, so as far as like the younger the younger kids, the women, they've been doing it for years. Kings and queens been, all that crazy stuff, but it's morals. Right now, for whatever reason, we have this feeling that you probably don't want to be you don't want to be reproducing with a young female who mentally is not on the same level as you, or
Yeah, that's a good point.
I don't know.
Let me ask you this. Let's see if you brave enough to answer this. I don't know.
Anything.
We might get in trouble. I don't know, but
Herschel Walker.
all right. When it comes to Herschel Walker,
You good. Go ahead, bro.
Sorry.
When it comes to homosexuality and religion, and I just say religion, like I said before, when it comes, what do you think that the Bible says God believes in when it comes to homosexuality?
That's easy, bro. That is easy. That's elementary, PT.
Man shall not lay with man.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. You shall not, lieth with a man, and a man lieth with a man, and it is an absolute abomination to God.
Yeah. Look, man. There's one way things were created.
So it is a sin. It should not be happening.
It's an abomination. If you can't procreate, it's not productive. That's not the way things are supposed. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, well, let me ask you this. If that's the case, and you are a man of God, are you sinning by accepting it, being friends with somebody that is, by saying it's okay, go ahead and be, or should you be standing up to it and saying
easy? These are easy questions, PT.
Yes.
Easy.
All right, holler at me.
Bro, I live by, for years. I know, Hutch, I know. For years, I lived by the saying, what would Jesus do? I had the wristbands, WW, what would Jesus do? And every time I had to make a dumb decision, I would say, what would Jesus do? And I think about, what would Jesus do in that situation? He loved everybody, no matter what.
What is the intention of how the interaction is, though? Are you there to help, or are you like, hey, we're just hanging out and kicking it, doing nothing productive?
But I
think that's the difference.
Yeah, but he would still approach, the people who are not too sure what's really going on with them. He would still approach them and he would say, look, this is not of the Father. He would give them some fancy parable that was like mind blowing and insightful with the Spirit and God, and he would say, this is not of the Father. This will not be accepted into my house. Something like that. Something that would make that person think, oh damn, maybe he's right. Let me think about this for a couple years, and then he would go on about his way. But he loved everybody.
I want to hit you with something. Let me keep coming at you. Dude, and I want this to be a short because I have a question that comes after this. Do you believe God watches over countries? Like, do you think not at all? You don't think that America, with its laws and the shit like legalizing gay marriage or making it so
Sodom and Gomorrah.
Do you think that God would punish a whole country for having the laws that it has?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
You accept it, so you're part of the problem.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So
right.
do y'all
Exactly what
think?
he said.
Okay. Do y'all think that America might be in trouble
Oh,
because of
1000%.
these things?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. Yes. I mean,
Sodom and Gomorrah.
If you look back at the most famous civilizations in history, whether you believe history is fucking made up or not, shut up. If you look back at Rome, Greece, all these things, as soon as they started getting into debauchery and baby touching and all this other shit, that's when they completely collapsed. We got more technology and more lights, but we're literally on the same path. You know what I mean?
Yep.
We're literally a couple years away from the Roman parties where they'd let little boys loose, and
yes,
boom, it's just a chomo orgy. You know what I mean? Like that's acceptable in some places in this country. Like we're there.
Yeah. Now I wanted to go back to the one part, about God showing favor, or well, you said help a nation out or whatever it was. The way I believe is that I believe God will give nation favor. And so basically what that is, he will stop bad things from happening to that country. It will flow nicely. I do believe that if you follow God's rules, you can actually see it in existence in a lot of the Christian societies. I'm not talking about religious society. I'm talking about Christian, like Christian means little Christ. So that's having that personal relationship. You can see that the families that things flow smoother. They still have problems. We still have flat tires and transmissions go out and things happen. And
is it more of protection? Is it more of him making it smoother, or is it just more of them recognizing the opportunities? Like, I don't think he'd actually step in and be like, "Hey, I'm going to save you." Boom. I think he'd give opportunities, and if you're smart enough to catch them, then you're smart enough to keep moving. You know what I mean?
I wasn't finished. I ain't trying to cut y'all off. I'm not trying to dictate where this conversation goes. But when you look at, I'm gonna go there. When you look at Russia and some of the things that Putin has said about religion and Christianity and shit, and the way that Russia, the way they are in their country is not like America. It's not like you can run around and you know what I'm saying, and do these so-called sins.
Yes.
See, that's a different.
Do y'all think that this could be the time when God favors Russia over in America because of the things going on? If God is doing everything and God has all power, man, and we got to look to him to get us out of this mess we're in, do we gotta?
Yes, and I'll answer that because I'd seen earlier in the and it may have even been in the last live stream you did on the regular channel.
I don't know.
They were talking about America is not mentioned in the Bible, but I disagree, and I think that the Great Babylon is not just America, but it's been multiple places that would be Babylon. That would be that place that Sodom and Gomorrah, that the Romans and stuff, and all the nastiness and all of that kind of stuff. I think that I think in the end, the Great Babylon, my belief is it is the United States, because we have been the main dominant. I mean, look at all the stuff that we're actually the leader in. I know we're losing a lot of stuff, but for many years, you know what I'm saying. And now look, we're at a possibility of a nuclear Armageddon. And the Bible does just happen to say that the earth will be destroyed by fire. But just saying,
Wasn't it comets and shit like that that destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah?
well,
Meteors and comets falling from the sky.
Yes.
but see, yeah, that's
The
the point.
interpretation
Is
could be some nukes.
Turn them to glass. Yeah,
exactly.
turn them. Yeah. Salt. My bad. Was it salt?
Yeah.
Hey man, look. Hey, PT. The Bible tells us exactly the good book. On my other channel, I say the good book, and I mentioned the Creator. It goes smoother with the. Look, the Bible tells us exactly what happens when this planet gets so wicked and so evil and so twisted. It's time to renew everything. And look at what's happening. We're on the verge. We just so happen to find the technology to create weapons that could make this planet inhabitable. That could wipe us off the face of it. Right? Last time was water. This time it's going to be fire.
Possible. God made that possible.
Absolutely.
God
No.
put that here, right?
Yes, and that is something else that you have to understand is that his plan it won't be changed. You know what I'm saying? Like it can't be changed. It's almost like it's cyclical. It's almost like every so many thousand years or whatever. Like we just do the dumbest shit that we just keep doing it, and then they have to renew the planet because we get to a point automatically where we can't procreate anymore. We're just wicked. We're trying to get off the planet to destroy some other planets. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, now's the time. Let's start over. Eventually, they're going to get it right. That's what it seems like to me.
Yeah, and I mean, in the end, it really, it really doesn't matter how you think, man. Each individual person is gonna basically. Each individual person is. What's the other channel? I'm sorry, man. That while ago, Frostbite. I meant this same channel. It's just not the members only. When we was in the live.
No, I think she's talking about just Josh.
His second
Wow.
channel.
Oh, just Josh.
What's your second channel?
I don't know.
He won't tell nobody, man.
Yeah.
If you watch a couple of his latest videos when he's collabing with people, you can figure it out.
Whatever.
You gotta do your legwork. You got to do your legwork.
It's the crazy channel.
We're held to secrecy. We're held to secrecy, but you can figure it out, Frostbite. If you go watch when he's collabing with people.
It's the crazy channel where the planet's flat and yeah. I don't know. Hey, it tells you. Look, it tells you exactly what's gonna happen, how it's gonna happen, and look at what's happening. Look, just I mean, seriously, just anybody who doesn't. I'm not saying this.
How do you know which book is right though? Like if you got up to heaven, right, and you were like, hey, what's going on? And he was like, oh, you were Pentecostal. Oh, you guys think that you're clever enough to create your own language and speak in tongues like you could talk to me? Boom, you're kicked out. Like is that a concern? Baptist, Methodist, Pentecostal.
Yes, it is. The 7 churches.
Yeah. Hey, Hutch, I passed out watchtowers.
Yeah.
I've been to Kingdom Hall before for years. Seriously, knocking on the door. I got a watchtower. Oh no, get the hell out of here!
Up shirt and shit.
Yeah, man, I've done it all. yeah, seriously.
Let me ask y'all this, because there's, I've talked to Humble Lion. Me and him have went back and forth, and some DMs and stuff. There's Jerusalem and the 12 tribes and all that.
He's a Hebrew Israelite, isn't he?
Yeah.
What do y'all feel about that?
I studied that for about 8 months. I was into that pretty deep, and
Really?
like it makes sense. Like that's what I'm saying. Everything makes sense. Like to me, it's all the same thing. It just comes down to what is your preference of the person that it's speaking to at that time. You know what I mean?
Yes. Seriously. And so for me, I'm not gonna lie to you. All right, for me, this is what you see here right now. This is my meat suit. This is my we're going there. This is my physical body. This is what allows my spirit to interact with you guys on this planet. Josh, I'm a black male with 6'4", 210 pounds. Me, my voice. This isn't the real me. Spiritually speaking, my spirit's inside. So if that's what I'm gonna roll with, if that's what I believe, then I have to take that into every aspect of whatever I'm learning about. So for me, color doesn't really matter to me. You know what I'm saying? This is something that I probably said, look, I'm gonna go down to Earth and I'm gonna do this life thing. Make this shit as tough as possible. Throw it all at me. I want to really feel it. Make me black. Some crazy shit like that. Here I am. So I can't tell you, once I die, there was absolutely no color. Once we die, this shit's done. Age, gender, maybe gender still apply. I don't know. Color, it's gone. So for me to fall into the black people were like the promised people, we're the Hebrew Israelites, we're the ones, they're coming back to save us. I can't roll with that, bro. You know what I'm saying?
There's different variations too. See, that's the thing is every Islam, the Hebrews, Christianity, there's everything's there's no one thing that's just straightforward true. Everything's got a branch off of it and shit.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Everything's as people interpret it different. Like, oh, I understand it this way. I'm going over here and starting my own fucking thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? So how can you trust any of it? I mean, obviously the faith has got to be there, but how do you know which one is actually right? What drives you to be like, this is the hill I'm dying on, this is the book that I think is right?
That's what I cannot do. I cannot do that. I've seen it too much. I can't get locked into that. I can't do it. I don't know everything. I don't have all the answers. I'm a nomad. I'm learning and experiencing, and I'm learning. That's my mission. Love everybody. You know what I'm saying? You will never hear me say that I have the only answer for everything. You will never ever hear me say that, because to a certain extent, I can't. I
say that shit all the time in the backstage.
Nah, bro.
See, I think that's the disconnect. Is too much information has pretty much made religion itself obsolete, because there's too many choices, and it's all. You have to do so much digging and so much research to figure out the difference between a Pentecostal and a Baptist and a Catholic and a Protestant. You know what I mean? You got to put in work to find those tiny little fucking details.
Yeah.
And it's just, and then you put on top of that atheism, agnostic, every other religion that's in this world right now, hippies, all this shit. It's too much information.
Yeah.
Because I used to look at it. I used to say, if you weren't born where you were born, would you believe what you believe?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And that's so how do you know which one's actually right?
Did you get lucky? Are you that lucky? You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I tell you what gets me, the number when it comes to meeting people who are religious, the ones that turn me off and make me automatically go away from them are the ones that are, this is what it is. This is the truth. Everybody else is wrong. Period. Point blank. This is what it is. And it's like, nah, I can't fuck with you, man. You're dictating.
Yeah.
Shit. And there's certain people that have been in this community, and I'm not saying I don't like them, but I've just, there's no talking to them about anything else. And they don't even want to discuss it. They won't even just for the hell of it, talk about it. This is what it is, and there is nothing else, and that's just how the fuck it is.
Yep.
And it's to me, that is just, I think they're caught up in some wrong shit just because of the whole being that they're being. You know what I mean?
Locked in. Yeah.
That's why I spoke earlier about, reading of the Bible and believing that God talks to you and tells you what you what you should know. You know, that's, to me, that's what being godly is about. Is again, I can give y'all two verses and have y'all, not answer out loud and just write the answers down, and y'all will have two different meanings to it, and it's meant that way.
Mhm.
The religious the religious sects of, what I'm saying, the sect of all this is people that, because you find a religion that reads out of the Bible, but they completely skip this part, or
Right.
they only read this part. They only say, well, the New Testament is the only thing you should listen to, but that's wrong, because it says right there in the New Testament, when Jesus was asked about, the Old Testament and everything that has been written, he said, do not forsake my Father's teachings. So he's telling you not to forsake that. So anybody that, so when you start getting these sect off of them, it starts to become a spin of our own belief system of how we want the Bible to be. Our utopia, our belief system. So yeah, you don't listen to any one person. The only advice I would ever give anybody is just pick up the Bible and read it and see what you think. I mean, if you don't agree with it, then that's on you. We can still be friends. I mean, because we're supposed to sow the seed, and what that person does with it is between them and God. It's not our business. That's why thou shalt not judge, lest you
You,
be judged.
there's a lot of times. There's a lot of times when me and Just Josh are doing a show, man, and I see, there's a comment or there's somebody saying something in the chat, and it's like I've gotten to know him, so I know where he's coming from, and sometimes I just don't people don't they don't consider the fact that he is and not religious but religious. You know what I'm saying? Like he
Sure.
really takes that to heart. So when he's talking about things, sometimes that's what's coming out of him when he's talking about certain situations and shit. And I don't think other people get it sometimes.
Yeah.
I think they're looking for, well, why the fuck ain't he saying what's going to happen with Russia and what's going to happen with America? But he's on a whole different level because he's
Right.
talking about it with God in his heart. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate it.
And it's weird to me how some people just, and I probably would, if I didn't know him as good as I know him, I wouldn't probably understand. I'd be like, man, this dude's full of shit, man.
Yeah, right.
But really you make more sense than most of the people that are talking about certain situations if you believe in God and you believe in the word and all that. You know what I
That means
mean?
a lot, bro. Appreciate you. Yeah. Yes, sir. That means a lot. Uh-huh.
It's deep, man. It's deep. I just wonder, because we're getting ready to go through some shit. I truly believe that. I think that the world will be at war. I think I don't know how exactly it's gonna go down or whatever, but
Yeah.
if there is a God, we're not on the right side of things. You know what I'm saying? And
Isn't everything
it's
supposed to be predestined anyway? So wouldn't that be part of God's plan? If something
Yeah.
did happen, say we did get nuked, that somebody over there gets nuked, wouldn't that be part of the plan anyway?
I'm not really scared of being nuked. You know what I'm scared of, man?
What's that?
Well, I don't know if it's scared of, but I think it is scared of. I think I'm scared of. I would be fucking horror. I don't think I'd want to be here anymore if, let's say, China or Russia were powerful enough to beat us and then come over here
Yeah.
and take America away and put something else in place. And we are the lower forms of life to these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
I mean, could you imagine that, man? If there was no more America and all of a sudden all of America was, all our guns are gone, all our rights are gone, and we have to be communists. We have to be even worse slaves to a system than we are now by far. You know
Bro,
what I mean?
They got
That's
the
how they-
numbers to make that happen, man. They
Yeah,
got
but
the
people like us, people like us won't experience the aftermath of it.
that's
We'll
that's
be-
how they
we'll
are
be
right now,
killed.
though.
We'll be killed.
bro. That's how they are right now. Seriously.
Well, they're imprisoning anybody who has a Bible. Like if you have a Christian Bible, boom, instantly to a fucking prison. All the Uyghurs, instantly in prison. You know what I mean? So they're not above just locking motherfuckers up for no random reason. You know what I mean? And
Well,
they've got 1 billion people. We've got 350 million.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They've got enough to double our population. If they just boom invaded, drop them here instantly, Americans are the minority.
That's what they're fighting for, though. I mean, look, that exact same idea that you just threw out. That's where Russia's at. That's where China's at. They're slaves to us. We have the petrodollar. They can't print money. They literally have to either provide some form of slave labor, some form of labor, some form of something to make a quarter of a dollar. They got to work. You know what I'm saying? So they're what you just threw out. That's where they're at.
But I tell you this too. This is another thing that worries me is that I don't trust the people in power right now in our government. I wouldn't put it past them for them to actually help another country come over here and turn this into communism so they can have the power. You know what I'm saying? I do not trust these motherfuckers, man.
Try.
Man, look at the squad, dude. Look at the squad.
Look at Biden.
Yeah.
Oh, in Minneapolis, in the Brotherfuckers district, their city council is full blown halal. It's the Constitution and all that shit means nothing in that district. It is even the police stations are all Muslim. Like America does not exist in that fucking spot.
Right.
Yeah.
I totally forgot what I was gonna say.
My bad, man. My bad. I just it's like, man, shit, man. We in a world of shit, man. And it's very serious. Like it really is, man. This ain't no joke. Like the shit we're talking about, shit, it ain't made up shit. We're not philosophizing or thinking, oh, okay, well, what if this ever was to happen? No, we are on the doorstep. Like Sophia said earlier, we're at that doorstep where this could actually, something like this could go down, and people are looking for. They want to destroy the West. They want to destroy America. And I think there's people in our own shit that want to destroy America for what it is and have it be complete power by the government. We do whatever the fuck they say. We own nothing, be happy. All that shit, man. All that shit.
That's what I was going to say. Hey,
do y'all know what the new religion will be? The one world religion?
But just I ain't trying to cut you off, Backwoods, but just Josh was trying to throw it out there for like, and I cut him off before.
Yeah,
but
he's actually going the same place I was going.
Oh, all right.
I mean, how do we get to a one world government? Tyranny, communism. How do we accept a one world government where we play fair with China, with Russia, with communism? We're going to it anyways. That's the thing. It's going to be extreme communism, one world government. Go ahead, Backwoods. You got it, brother.
Well, no, that's the whole point. Is that what will be the one world religion? It will be the government.
Yep.
The government will be your religion. That's who you will worship. I mean, we already see it in all these dictatorships around. If you speak against, the leader, you'll be killed on the spot, man. That's where the new one world religion will come in, is when the one world government takes over. You will worship that government. That will be your religion.
That's where we're going, Tron.
Be allowed. Yeah, you will not be allowed to have atheism. Be an atheist. You won't be allowed to be a Christian. You won't be allowed to be a Muslim. You won't be allowed to be any of this. You will be a one world religion. Yep. You will be a hive. You will be together. It will be the religion of worship of the government.
I got you. Well, let me ask you this. Let me go deep. This gonna go deep.
All right. I go deep, bro.
When you look at the superpowers, you look at the people that this could actually happen with. You have China, racist as a motherfucker, man. China.
Yes.
I mean, the Africans that were there, the black folks that were there, treated like shit.
Yes.
Then you got Russia, whiter than a motherfucker.
Yeah.
How is it gonna be for black folks if this shit goes down the way it goes down? With the superpowers being, when it comes down to communism and shit like that, how's it going to be for the black folks and the Mexican folks and shit like that? Because they're probably going to have it even harder. Because you think Russia gives a fuck about black folks? You think China gives a fuck about black folks? Hell no. And I'm not, I'm not backing that shit. I'm just saying.
BBC, bro. BBC. We're gonna be straight. Just saying.
It's a scary thought, though.
Well,
BBC.
The first thing I think that the one world government is going to promote you going back to your homeland and being with your people and everybody. You're going to go and produce with your people, and you're going to produce a certain set of goods that is going to be beneficial and shared with everybody. The Russians, who are all just a bunch of white people there, they are going to be, that's what Russia is trying to stop, but they are going to be, you're going to produce this and you're going to share with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because if you look at it, what do they keep talking about? Everybody being equality, everybody being equal, everybody being on the same footing. The rich shouldn't be rich, but it's just going to be the one world government, the elitist, who is going to have all this, the richest, you know what I'm saying? And we're going to be working and producing. You see what I'm saying? What we are told to produce. That's going to be the religion. You are going to be proud to go to work to produce for the world.
Yeah, I get
indoctrination.
I'm just saying, there's gonna be some bad shit if it was to go down, man. Like, America has to win, man. We have to win. Whatever happens with all this shit that's going on, America has to stand at the end. Our flags gotta fly. And let's take race out of it. Let's take that part out of it. Let's forget I even said that, and let's just talk about, if that shit was to happen, can you imagine what would happen to gay folks or transsexual folks? Or
Easy.
I mean, they would be
nope. No, promoted. Look,
Russia or China?
No, tribe. Look, seriously, listen. Our way of life is being attacked and changed from the fundamentals, right? Work hard, get a family, get a house, take vacations, savings, and you die. This new system that is coming, it is going to exalt immorality. It is going to love the crazy shit. No, the book talks about this. It's gonna be upside down. There will be no American flag. There will be no Russian flag. There will be no Chinese flag. There will be one flag.
Because you're thinking a complete. But what I'm saying is
reset.
If that's not the case, but Russia was to take over America,
gotcha.
China and Russia was to take over America and split it down the line.
Yeah,
there would be a lot of folks fucked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hypothetically speaking,
but I mean,
yeah. Hypothetically speaking,
we will fall into the category as being dissidents,
Yes.
And so we will be among the same category as the gay people. They will kill you. Because we see it in other countries already. They don't allow that. That is one thing that Putin is fighting. He says, about the Western philosophies and stuff that we have now about, they can't even decide what bathroom to go to. Putin talked about this, and he talked about, we will not allow this in our country. We have God on our side. and he talked about that. And so yes, and I don't know what the rules are over in China on like gay people and things, but I can tell you what they are for dissidents. You get the, you know what I'm saying? You wake up dead type shit.
Right.
So it's just going to depend on which particular country that we're talking about.
Yeah.
On who wins.
What are you thinking? America need to split? Boom. Just cut it in two.
Well, I mean,
nah, because we would fight to the death. We would still fight. We're some wild mother. We would fight regardless. There's no way we would allow China or Russia to step all over us. We would still fight to the death.
Mike Tyson would fight to the death. Buster Douglas still knocked him out. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying there's always that chance of losing.
But like the question Tribe asked earlier, if they pulled into Oakland, San Francisco, all that Pacific Northwest kind of shit, and they just, because I could see Pelosi and them, hey, come on in. You know what I mean? I could see that. But if they took over that area and they invaded, say there's 15,000 to 100,000 troops in that area, I don't care. Fuck them. They can have California. It's one of those kind of things. You know what I mean?
Where did I hear that at?
Like
yeah, but how many of these
situation?
How many of these gangs are going to go with that shit? You coming in and taking over my territory type shit.
Okay, I'll answer that.
Okay, because I'm being for real. I don't know.
They're pussy.
What happens when the police handle a gang? Now, just imagine 100,000 soldiers. Gangs are tough, and I'm not taking nothing from them. Gangs are some tough motherfuckers. They do run some streets, but when it comes down to the come down, they don't have the fucking numbers or the power that the U.S. government has, or other governments that would come here and take over. Like, there might be some fighting and shit like that, but it wouldn't take long to completely.
Yeah.
And you figure, like, if you look at it like Chinatown that's San Francisco, right? Fucking huge. You know what I mean? That's hundreds of thousands of people just in that area. So technically, if you believe in sleeper cells, I mean, it's Communist Party, China, fucking ninjas and shit. You know what I mean? You don't think there's people who have already scoped out those areas and be like, okay, we're not even going to deal with these people. We need to come in, clear this one out. You know what I mean?
So let me ask this question. Could the same answer not be given to what we thought about the Taliban and over there in Afghanistan and stuff, that them guys can't compete? There's no way. They got goats and 9mm and a few AKs and shit. Yeah, they can't compete.
But they couldn't compete.
Gangs are ignorant though.
I mean, they made it hard, but they didn't have. When we were there, they didn't have the power.
We fought that shit for 20 years, lost many thousands of Americans and many thousands and thousands of innocent people for over 20 years. And what's happening over there now? Nothing. It went right back. We actually got run out of there.
Worse than we was when we got there, or better than what.
Look how it was handled, though. We're talking about a world war. We're talking about a country being taken. The whole world changes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can look at that. You can look at Vietnam. You can look at there was things happening behind the scenes and shit that wasn't the same as if this was to really pop off and go down. A world war.
Yeah.
And somebody's trying to be the king of it. And right now we're in such a bad fucking position. Because you got China, Russia, India, and Brazil. And Brazil ain't no joke. They got a lot of motherfuckers, man. We got I just don't know. I just don't know, man.
Hey, tribe. How bad? This is a good question. How bad do you think it would have to be? Seriously, to get Muslims to coexist with Christians, to get Indians to coexist with Chinese, to get Russians to coexist with us. How bad do you think it would have to be to have the entire planet to coexist with each other? How bad?
maybe
It'll
they
never
don't.
happen.
Maybe
It's
they
impossible.
don't want to, and that's why they want to destroy this country because we're the only place where that actually happens,
It's gonna get bad.
and we are the
You
most
can't fight
hated.
a millennia of ideology. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They've been killing themselves for thousands of years over which book is right. You know what I mean?
And that's why Afghanistan's back to the Taliban, and like Backwoods said, that's why they're back to right back where, because you can't defeat that. You can't take that from you. You're not going to change China. You're not going to change Russia. You know what I mean? But
Shit has to be that bad.
But does America have that much of a? Russia goes back what? A couple thousand years.
Yeah.
China goes back a couple thousand years.
We're the youngest.
America goes back a couple hundred.
Yeah, we're the youngest. But look, but that's how bad shit is gonna have to be. Look. Okay, even if follow the good book, right? And you say, nah, the good book's it's retarded. The Bible, it's retarded. Throw it out. It's done. Look at what's happening with the planet, bro. Just realistically look. A digital dollar that can be tracked by any, you know what I'm saying, is coming. The social credit thing is coming. The carbon thing. These are worldwide agendas. This isn't just the United States.
It's already here, Josh. It's already here, man. The digital dollar, dude. That every single freaking thing that you buy has a barcode on it.
Yeah.
The digital currency is already here. They're already tracking everything that goes on. You know, there's cameras everywhere, man. You got, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. So what I'm saying is, even if you don't want to listen, you know what I'm saying, see what the good book is like pointing to, which just look at where we're at. These things that are being implemented will come to fruition. Like that is the planet's future. It's not just make believe. And at some point, the entire planet is going digital with currency. So these things eventually will still have to be implemented. The one world ID, no more borders. And the reason for that is because so we don't have these wars. We don't have these divisions, supposedly. But you can see the direction that the planet's going into. You know what I'm saying?
Some of these carbon taxes and things like that have existed in America for, 15, 20 years in some states on a small scale, like semis, like I want to say New York, but I don't think it's New York. It's one of those northern states. But like there's a butterfly tax that semi drivers have to pay because you're going to hit, as you're driving through, you're going to get butterflies splattered on your grill. So you have to pay a butterfly tax to drive on that road. You know what I mean? Like little stupid shit like that is already here in hit and miss places.
Right.
I mean,
yeah. So globalization is. I'm sorry. Go ahead, backwards.
I was just going to bring up the whole credit score system. It's already here, man. Look at, we had just yet another company announce that they would be fining you for things that they deem misinformation.
PayPal,
exactly.
Stock market, boom.
Yeah. So it's already here, man. It's already
they're backtracking.
It's
globalization. You know that they're backtracking on it now. They're saying, "Oh, that's not what we meant. We didn't mean to say it like that." Bullshit.
Yeah, I actually hit my old lady up earlier today and said, "Hey, I'm deleting PayPal because I have a PayPal account." I'm like, "I'm deleting that shit. Fuck it. I'm done."
Yep.
And I didn't like their fucking service anyway. So, and then you was going live and we did this and she had something she ended up having to do, but my PayPal account is getting deleted in the morning, because she's already in bed now, but she's got to help me do that. I'm not smart enough to do all that by myself.
I ain't either.
But bro,
I ain't gonna lie, I just zoned out like a motherfucker. What's wrong with PayPal? My bad.
I love it.
PayPal put out a thing saying that if you did false information, that they would fine you or your account. Like, let's say you had a YouTube channel and you use PayPal for all your transactions, and you put out misinformation, they would fine your account $2,500. They just take
Jeez.
$2,500.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Because
They deem misinformation.
yeah,
Yeah.
if they deem it missing, like what the.
Hey, but
That's
look.
those are the
how
same ones that gave all that trucker money from Canada away, right? They're the ones that denied
Oh
them.
yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck
That's,
yeah.
that's some communist shit right there. That's some
Yeah.
communist shit. What? How do you have the right to say you can take my money if you think what I say ain't? Because look at how many things were said was misinformation that ended up being real with
Yeah.
this fucking thing that we went through. I mean, this it's getting out of hand. It's so far out of hand. What the fuck am I talking about? This shit is so far beyond, and that's what worries me, man. We're so far out there. There's no turning this back. There's no saving this. There isn't.
Well, they've turned everybody into a right now society. That and that's part of the control mechanism is we want everything right now. So the information that is right now, that's the facts. That's what it is. That's just it. It don't matter if we can look at history and say, well, they thought this was a fact and a year later discovered this and completely changed that. So they're not looking at what you were saying, Tribe, that some of the stuff that we've talked about that they deemed misinformation turns out to be true now, and even they're saying it's true, so that's what I'm saying. How can you find someone for misinformation when the facts always change? Everything always changes from time to time, but that's how they get you to buy into the system, is because we are a right now society. They have trained us to be that way.
And see, even if they're wrong about it and they come out and say the opposite, they still won't give you that refund. You're
Right.
your funds are grandfathered in. You know what I mean? Well, at the time you were wrong, so you got to pay for that. You know what I mean? That's how they changes with the wind, man.
You want to hear something fucked up? Monique, you could probably back me on this. I'm sure you've heard about it. And y'all might have heard about it too. But the scary thing was what was said as I heard about it. Canada is trying to pass a bill, which will probably be passed, where their government will have control over who sees what content that is produced on YouTube. So if the government doesn't want this people to see this person's content, they have control of it, and blah 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 blah. But you know what was said? What was said is that America was this close to having the exact same thing happen.
Yep.
Probably already have it.
So if we were that close to it happening, that means they're trying to get it done, and we will sooner or later have to deal with it if they sneak it into a bill or we have to fight against it or something. They're trying to do it here too.
Yeah.
Steve, that's why I keep vote local, man, because it's literally 5 people that control the swing of any stupid shit like that getting passed. You know what I mean? Like it's so fucking close. It's ridiculous.
Bro, this is another reason why, like, I'm glad that at least I have, like, direction. I call it the good book. You know what I mean? Because you can kind of see what's happening. So I'm expecting for more and more of these like PayPal, those platforms, the financial platforms. They're just hurting us, bro. They're hurting us like the cows into wherever they want us to go. It's going to be PayPal, then it's going to be another service, then it's going to be another service, and then once it gets to the banks and debit cards, it's going to be a service that they're going to use to herd us to wherever they want us at, which will more than likely be, what is it, like Fed coin, the Fed crypto, whatever it is. So you can see what's coming. So as a prepper, you should know they're going to keep like doing this crazy stuff with different payment options until we only have one. You know what I'm saying? It's coming.
How long before you think cash is obsolete?
Oh man, soon. It almost is. I ain't gonna lie to you.
It almost is now. I mean, seriously, you think about everything that you. I remember when I hooked up with Nisi, she used the card a lot, and I remember I was so against it. I was like, I never order online, because you remember back in the days when you would order online, it'd be 6 weeks before you get anything. I didn't realize that times had changed, and you could get something within 3 days and shit like that. once I figured that shit out, I was on board like a motherfucker. Like, man, I buy more shit off of ordering online than I do at buying a store nowadays, and that it's been that way, shit, even before 2020.
Yeah. Hey, my entire trip in New York, that weekend, everything, not 1 ounce of cash or change, nothing. From the Uber to the hotel to the food to Subways. Subways, you just hit your. I didn't even know how to work that shit. She was like, just take your debit card and just hit it. You tap it, boom, there you go. How much was it? I don't know. It can't be more than $2 or $3. All right, we're through. Everything was just no cash at all. It's almost done already.
Yeah, it's pretty much done now. I mean, you can, even in my small town, when I go and I pay with cash, you got people behind the register that just kind of look at you and they're like,
yep,
like, what
this guy,
fucking dumb motherfucker, get with the times, man. Use your card and shit, so I ain't got to do nothing back.
Count cash.
Oh, I can't tell you how many people don't know how to count. You're like, oh, I owe you 13 cents, and it takes them like 15 minutes to figure it out. Like, dude, just give me the dime.
Yep.
Right. Just give me that silver one right there.
Right.
Yeah, it's already here, man.
My shoulder jumping on me, fellas. It's the green screen. Check that shit out.
Oh yeah.
What the hell?
You got shit growing. You've been mocking God, man. You got shit growing out your motherfucking Satan wings and shit.
Hey, I wasn't mocking God, man. We were discussing. I'm learning. I'm getting more closer to God. What you talking about, man?
I had to do it.
Let me throw this out. Southern Fried Prepper. Hey, Southern Fried Prepper. He's like, so I guess we missed the rapture, Josh. Hey, that all depends on if it's pre-trib, mid-trib, or post-trib. And we're gonna do a video on that coming shortly.
On your backup channel?
No, bro, okay, but look, so all right, so look, I never knew how serious folks are on the rapture. Right? It's like flat earth. Who, me? Hey, look, it's like flat earth. Is the earth flat? I'm finding out all of these new things. I'm like, is the earth flat or round? Who cares? But trib. So I've been doing my little spiritual videos, right? Just happy-go-lucky, just reading scriptures, da-da-da-da-da. And then, and now people are kicking my ass because they're like, the rapture. And now I'm finding out that there are people who believe that the rapture, you're taken in the twinkling of an eye before tribulations. But there are some people who believe pre-trib. There's some people who believe it's going to happen in the middle of tribulations. And there's some people who believe it's going to happen post. And guess what? When I'm talking about it and I don't say the right one, pre, mid, or post, they get in my ass. I'm like, oh my God, I can't do people today. You know what I'm saying? I can't do people. I wish.
I believe it. I believe all three are going to happen. I really do. I believe all three are going to happen. I believe it's meant for all three to happen.
Yeah.
Can somebody explain the logic behind the rapture to me? Because what is it? 700,000 people are the only people who are going to get sucked up, right? Is that how it works? Something like that? Like, I've heard of it, but like, I've never looked into it.
No, it's
like
144. It's 144,000.
No.
And that's only the Jew. That goes into the I can't say the word. But it goes into the certain aspect. It goes into that certain aspect of a certain. It's just for them people. It's not. It's the when Jesus Christ came to this earth. It's people. So they're not included.
There's not one specific book or type of Christianity that the rapture's tied to. It's just one of those kind of. Overall,
the 12 tribes, yes, is the 144,000 or whatever.
Jehovah's Witnesses believe it's the elders that will be raptured. Just throwing it out there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right before y'all started talking about that, man, something was said and it made me pop in my mind that maybe that's why my channel doesn't grow like some of these other channels, is because the people that hang out with us have an open mind. They can understand discussion. They can understand all things considered. A lot of people that go to a channel and they hear different points of views or different questions that question this or question that, they get so fucking bent out of shape and so pissed off they can't even fucking deal with themselves. So they have to go to these channels that feed them exactly what they want to hear. And that's what we pride ourselves on over here, is that we don't play them games.
Right.
We discuss everything, man. We hear everybody's point of view. We leave all kinds of doors open and all kinds of options. You know what I'm saying? That's something I'm proud of with this channel. I just had to throw that out there, man.
Absolutely.
Knowledge, man. That's knowledge. That's the only thing they can't fucking take from you. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Sir.
Hey, and let me show you how tricky it is, right? So when I started, bro, people, we create so many divisions, it's retarded.
Yes.
We make them. But look, bro, so I'm trying to kick the spiritual, yeah.
The tribe, baby. Who gives a shit? You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I love
underground, baby. Underground.
You taught me that, man. Just don't worry about what people think. Just do your thing. You taught me that, man. I appreciate you. But look, so I'm trying to kick the spiritual stuff, and the rapture comes up, right? And where the rapture gets involved with prepping, right, is that if you believe in the rapture, then you don't prep because you're not gonna be here. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be taken up before the shit hits the fan, before WROL. So you don't need to prep. But we do prepping channels. We talk about prepping. So you run into all of these like speed bumps with, just in general. And it's like, okay.
See, that's the thing. You can find a contradiction if you're looking for it. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, everything was written by man. Whether you believe it came from God or not, you're reading it by a man's hand. You know what I mean? And
but I wanna ask them people, Josh.
Yeah.
Ask them this question: where in the Bible does it says not to prepare?
That's exactly.
Does Jesus Christ not even say that I go to a place to prepare a place for you?
Exactly. But
where in the, all them people that say, well, if you're a true Christian, why are you prepping? Then you believe this and you believe that. It's like, don't tell me what I believe, because let me ask you this, where in the Bible does it says not to be a prepper? Where not to prep, to not toil, you will make it by the sweat of your brow.
Yes.
You will toil. You will, does the birds and the animals not even store up for winter? Yes.
But you can't throw that out to everybody, because it just is what it is. You can't please everybody.
Can I ask a random ass question that's probably off topic? Probably.
Absolutely.
What's the purgatory? I know the concept of purgatory. Who owns that?
I don't know.
That way.
Hey, Hutch, no, I'm serious. I really don't know, Hutch. I really don't.
Catholics own purgatory.
Okay. Yeah.
There's so much, man, that there's like, you have to do so much work to get the distinctions and all this other shit. Like, it turns people off.
What is purgatory, Hutch?
It's the holding place.
Purgatory is the space between living and heaven or hell, wherever it is. Some religions believe that you're just pretty much floating in nothingness.
Nothing.
And it's until you're called home, or wherever you're supposed to go, something like that. Different religions believe it's different instances and circumstances, but you're just trapped in nothingness.
Kind of like a ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah. Purgatory. Yeah. My deal is so much simpler. It's to me, the whole good book and everything that goes along with it is just simple. It's not complicated. It's not crazy. You don't need all this. Exactly, Leslie.
Good point.
Yep. There you go.
Yeah. But no, you would absolutely be surprised. Like, we're going to do something on the rapture, but you would be surprised at how many people, seriously, in the prepping community, believe that they were pre-trib, they're going to be raptured before the shit hits the fan, and they're out of here. So it's like, why are y'all watching these prepping channels if you don't, if you're excluded? Then I mean, I love everybody and I'm glad they're here. But if you think you're just gonna be whisked away peacefully before the shit hits the fan, then
But
why are
see,
you watching prepping channels?
but you need to explain to them that prepping is not just about Armageddon. You know, that's not what I prep for. I mean, I do, but I don't. You know what I'm saying? It's you know, you can't prep for Armageddon. I mean,
Yeah.
you can't. There's no way to prep for Armageddon. I mean, you can just only do what you can do,
Right.
and you know, you learn the skills now that's going to help you through it.
Yeah.
You know, but
I don't think they're gonna be here though. Like, and I'm
well,
not saying that they're not. I'm not saying I don't believe in, but
yeah, but I can guarantee you, them folks down in Florida a month ago didn't think they were going to be wiped off the face of the earth right now.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So prepping is not just about Armageddon.
Do y'all agree with this?
I'm conflicted because I mean, if you they say 20% of the world's population can be traced back to Genghis Khan,
Yep.
and so if you look back even farther, I mean, it's plausible, but it's
I just older than this stuff.
It's deep, man. It's deep. We've been going two hours.
Oh.
We've been going 4 hours and 10 minutes to be honest with you, but
Hey,
we'll give it about 10, 15 more minutes, man. Then we'll call it a night. I mean,
Sure.
it is a Monday, man. People got to work in the morning, get some sleep.
Eat my
12:30
salad.
here.
Eat my salad.
I already had a 4-day weekend, man. I really need to do some work tomorrow. So. Need to make some kind of money.
Hey, bro.
But see, there again, that's where you talk to them people and say, you know, I'm a prepper, so you know, if I don't make that big of a paycheck this week, everything here is paid for because I already prepared and paid off all my bills. So I've got a freezer over here that I've got a bunch of food in that I can just go and thaw something out and we have dinner tomorrow. So even if I am short on money, you know what I'm saying? So that's part of being having faith and being a prepper as well.
Gotcha.
Let me ask y'all this. If y'all had to, and I want to see if each one of y'all will answer this too, if y'all don't mind. If y'all had to speak to your family, friends, chat, people that might not know nothing, right now, what would you tell people to keep an eye on in order to have their defenses up for what's coming? What's one of some of the main stuff that people should really be paying attention to for what's coming down the line? What might hit us tomorrow or anything? And whoever wants to take it first, you know what I'm saying? I say my thoughts on it are we gotta watch. I say two things. We gotta watch what's going on with Russia and this whole shit going on because it's World War III could pop off at any time, and we also gotta watch out for the election coming up because there could be some shit that pops off there too, and they could collide and both pop off at the same damn time. Man, I think we're in a fucked up month here.
Yep.
I say the election thing. That's kind of what I was thinking on was to really watch this election stuff to really be prepared when you do go and vote, especially if you live in a big city, to mind what's going on. To you know, you might not can carry a weapon in there or not. I don't know. That'll be up to you. That's your own opinion. You do you, boo. I know what I do, and all I'm going to say is be ready when you go vote. Just be ready.
Yeah, and also something's been, man. You gotta watch. I'm seeing some shit on Instagram, these little shorts and shit, but they're warning it. There's a lot of shit going on with women being by themselves out shopping and shit, and motherfuckers trying to scoop them up. Man, they're doing shit to your cars. They're putting money in your fucking windshield wipers, so you go and get that and it'll have a chemical on it, or they'll come up behind you when you reach, they'll put it way over, so you got to reach over and all of a sudden somebody comes up from behind and mop. You know what I'm saying? They're putting shit in the handle of your, what, when you go to open, when you come out of a store, look at your car, look at the handle before you open it. Check shit out, because if there's something stuck in your handle, go back in that store, let somebody know, and have somebody come out there with you and figure, get some gloves, get something to get it up out of there, pour some fucking alcohol on it, something. Clean that some bitch off before you touch it. You know what I'm saying?
But you can even take it a step further, and for you single women out there, for you women that you know, maybe your man works out of town or whatever it is, that you have to go to these places by yourself. They have online services at pretty much any Walmart, any store nowadays. You can get curbside pickup, and let me tell you, play the system. All you got to do is call and say, "Hey, look, I tested positive, and for the COVID, and wear a mask, and drive up to the curb, and they will deliver your groceries and put them in your trunk for you, and you can drive away." Play the system. Be smart.
I would also say, oh, my bad. I would also say, if you're in a parking lot, you see something behind your tires, don't ever bend over to move it. Kick that shit. If you got something on your windshield, underneath your windshield wiper, leave it. It's not going to fly away. Drive to the other side of the parking lot and then look at it. You know what I mean? That's little things like that, because that was a big thing in Kansas City last year. Is they would put shit underneath the windshield wipers, and then they would put something underneath the like the back tire or something like that. So as soon as they bend down to pick it up, they'd grab them in between cars. If they reached up to grab what was on their window, just little distractions like that.
And be aware of your surroundings. That's the number one thing. I'm like that all the time, 24/7. I'm looking at every car that's close to me to see if somebody's sitting in it. You know what I mean? I am constantly checking out every fucking thing around me. You can ask Nisi. When I walk into a store, I'm counting the people in each aisle as I walk by.
Yep.
Like I really do, man.
That's what I tell the wife that all the time. Every time we go out to a restaurant or any kind of store or anything, within 5 minutes, I'm like, I can whoop everybody here. Bro, I was like, there's like 4 guys here that I'd have to worry about. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I do the same shit, man.
Yep.
I do the same shit. My wife automatically knows when we go into a restaurant, if there has to be someone that sits with their back to the door, it will be her.
Yep.
Yeah.
She automatically, she pays attention to that when we walk into a restaurant. And if there's multiple exits, which there usually are, and other restaurants, that, she'll say, which way do you want to be facing? So yeah, I do the same shit, man.
I do that shit so automatic that, I mean, Nisi can tell you right now.
What Leslie said is true. Yeah. If they can put like dish soap across your window, you'll get in, not even think about it. Windshield wiper, boom, you can't see shit. You can't go nowhere.
Or an egg. Yeah. Somebody throw an egg at your windshield when you're pulling out somewhere, and boom.
Yeah. My thing is,
get off your cell phones, man. Get off your fucking cell phones. Do not. I don't care what's going on in your life. I don't care if your mama's bad sick. I don't care if your brother is getting put in jail. Stay off your phone until you get in your car and you get moving.
Yeah.
People look down at their phone too much, man. There's multiple videos actually on YouTube that show these criminals basically showing who's the victim. These reformed criminals, I guess you should say. That are showing this guy's a victim, that woman's a victim, that one's a victim. There are multiple videos on there and they explain why they are a victim.
If you got to go shopping at night, park underneath the street light. Even if you got to walk,
everything.
Park underneath that fucking street light. Just come. We a couple years ago, before the boy got into the homeschooling and stuff, we used to do little tests. Like once a week, I would set up some stuff on the table. Then I'd bring him over to look at it. I'd give him like 5 seconds. It was like 20, 30 different things, just like random little stuff, like papers, a lighter, you know what I mean? A rock, some twig, just random shit, you know what I mean? And I'd give him like 5 seconds to look at it. to turn around and we do that. But like, okay, what did you see? And then we just keep switching it up like that because I was like, you got to pay attention to every fucking thing, no matter, because he was born a Trumper, so he used to go to the rallies down in Springfield and shit, and he's got my my temper. So I was like, man, you need to. I'd feel better if I knew that you actually knew what the fuck was going on around you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. Hey, so a lot of the people that I come in contact with during the day, like you know what I'm saying? I don't just come straight out and be like, it's World War III. It's the great thing. We're all gonna die. It's the end of the world. I don't, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of people I talk to, they actually have no clue as to what is going on. But in conversation, they know the prices on everything is going up. They know they have a stack of bills that they can't pay. You know what I'm saying? Like they know they're just trying to make sure that they can eat. So for me, like I'm telling a lot of people, I'm finding myself, I'm hearing myself tell a lot of people, listen, just manage your stress. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll tell them, I got a funny feeling that things are probably gonna get a little bit worse for a while. So just prepare yourself for that, but just try not to stress. Just try to get yourself in the best position possible. You know, it's a lot of older people that aren't mobile, that type of thing. You know what I'm saying? And then from there we'll probably talk about like current events and stuff. But primarily, you need to monitor your stress because we are in crazy times. Things probably will get worse. It's gonna be all right either way. Just don't stress. You know? Stress will kill you.
And that's where you can throw two things in there about, at the end times, we will see things that will make men's hearts fail. And what's one of the number one leading causes of heart attacks? Stress.
Yeah. Stress. People are stressing big time, bro.
I tell you something else, and me and Backwoods was talking about this backstage, is take care of what you can take care of now. If you got teeth problems, if you got eye problems, you got something medically you need to take care of, try to take care of that shit ASAP. Yep. If you need, because a month or two from now, you might not be able to. You honestly might not be able to go to an eye doctor or a dentist or even your regular doctor. I just don't know. We might not be able to get the medicines. If you can, stock up on your medicines as much as you can. Ask your doctor. A doctor will give you 3 months instead of 1 month. Some of the medicines, they can give you 6 months. If you can skip a medicine every once in a while to put some away even. You know what I mean?
Hey, do these live streams get like monitored and stuff?
Yeah.
Even in the members?
Yeah. I can get a strike here just as easy as the other.
Jeez. All right. I'm on my fish.
We're still YouTubing.
All right. I'm on my fish stuff right now, man, and it seems to be working pretty good. Like the Jace. Yeah. Yeah. Seems to be working pretty good.
That's what's up. All right, y'all. We're going to call it. It's been about 2.5 hours. We did 2 hours on the regular joint. But I appreciate y'all, man. I really do. All the members, I appreciate y'all giving me a place to come and hang out and do our thing. The underground, man, we've been killing it. We're going to keep on killing it. Keep on doing the damn things. We're going to be back at y'all this week. We're going to do some more. So just really appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all hanging with me all night too, fellas. Like always, man.
Night, Frostbite.
We'll holla at y'all when we smile at y'all.
Magic.
Appreciate you. Much love.
Leslie.
We gone.